everybody, hello and welcome. Today I thought, well, this is something different for me because I usually dwell in the regions of grunge and Tim Holtz and that sort of thing. But I don't know, I've been talking to Janya about Amity Bloom and I'd been on her YouTube channel, etc., and seen some of the really pretty stuff that she does, and it really is gorgeous. So I just thought I'd make a little pretty writing journal. It's, hasn't got pockets and flips and flaps and folds and everything. It's just a pretty writing journal. So let's have a look inside. This is faux silk ribbon and it's gorgeous. Just ties with a bow like that. On the front we've got some lace here and some lace down here, and then just a little motif lace. So it's well laced even on the front. The cover is quite sturdy, so you can actually use it to write on, otherwise what's the point in having a writing journal? Here we've got a little piece of embossed, can you see that? It's really pretty. Embossed paper with pink lace trim. Then here, having said that we haven't got any pockets in it, I've got one, and it's a lace pocket here with a little tag in it, which is just gorgeous. That just goes in there. That's the same faux silk as I've used for the ties. Then we've got a couple of pages for writing. Writing. And then this is just a plain pink piece of card, and I've just used my edging tool to go down there. Just gives it a nice look, I think. It's just pretty. And here, there's another piece. The kit that I've used is from Lorna Taylor at Taylor Made Journals on Etsy, and she's got loads of kits of wallpaper, vintage wallpaper. I own several of them, so you'll have to go through and check which one is which, but they're all lovely. So on the back of that we've got journaling, and then we've got a good few pages of journaling here. Another little pink piece of card with the edge done. Lots of journaling or writing or whatever it is you wish to do in your particular journal. So there's lots, and then that's the centre spread, which I just think is so pretty. It's got lace down here, down the edge, like that, and the pink lace there. Isn't this a beautiful print? It's gorgeous. I'd have that wallpaper now, actually, in my house. I love it. And then we've got all that journaling that we saw before, the other side of that pink with the motif on it. More journaling. Then look at that image. It's just strikingly gorgeous. Pink piece of the pink card. More journaling here. Then the other side of the embossed card, and that's it. It's as simple as that. That's all there is to it. But it's got plenty space in, it's really pretty, and it'd be gorgeous to carry around in your handbag purse. So let's see how we make it. Right, so the first thing you need is just a piece of card, and it can be as sturdy as you like or as flimsy as you like, really. It's for the cover, so it's up to you. I've chosen this because it's bran flakes and it's what I had to hand, but it's a nice weight. And we're just going to cover that. So let's fold it in half first. And the card itself measures 8 1/4 by 6 1/4. So it'll just be slightly larger than the pages. Don't think that's exactly perfect, but it's probably near enough. Let's see if I can get that absolutely halved. There we are, I think that's it. Okay, so we're just going to start covering it, and I'm going to use, this is all from Lorna's wallpaper kits. I'm going to use this piece here, and I'm just going to put it along to about there. So, what's that? 2.5 inches. And I'm being governed by the pattern on here. That's all. So I'm going to trim that off down there. I've got a giant bag of lace on top of my Timmy trimmer, which isn't helping. Right. So I'm just going to trim that down that line there. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Keep your remnants, because you never know. Remnants are remnants, aren't they? If it doesn't come in for this, it might come in for another collage or something somewhere along the line. Right, so I'm going to put that on there. Okay. I'm not inking, which is quite strange for me, really, because, you know, I usually heavily ink everything. I'm not inking and I'm not sewing. This is a straightforward, straight-up journal, little journal, a journalette. Let's call it a journalette. That really anybody can make. So, let's get that where it needs to go, which is right at the edge. I'm not putting anything else over the edge, so I need this to be on the edge, so you can't see any of the bran flake packet. So there we go. If it's not exactly the right length, which this isn't, just give it a minute to dry and chop that off. It'll be fine. Now then, I'm going to use this page here. Which am I going to use? I think I'll use this on the outside. I mean, they're both gorgeous. Aren't they gorgeous? They are beautiful. Right, let's just trim, because this prints out 8.5 by 11, it doesn't cover my full A4. You should be alright if you're printing yours out 8.5 by 11, but I just need to trim my margin off on the side. Right, so let's have a look then and see. That is a nice bit there, so I'm quite happy to have that there. And what height do I need it? Actually, I like it down there probably better. So let's just say I need that there. So I need to trim along there. I'm just going to do it with my scalpel and my board. Yeah, I've tried all sorts of cutters, trimmers, you name it, and I'm still back to my scalpel and my board, which I must say I prefer with my quilting rulers. There we go. Well, Mr. F is fixing the leaking tap. Hallelujah. I'm so pleased. He had to buy some bit for it, I don't know. I don't understand taps. Fortunately he does, so he's fixing it. Right, that's... Faucet, yeah, faucet. So that's going on there like that. So I'm just going to glue this section here up to the fold line. Make sure I've got glue down the edges, because as I say, I'm not sewing, so it needs to be glued pretty good. So put that up against the piece that you've just put on. Make sure you've covered all your bran flake box or whatever box you're using. I've got glue there, which I don't want. Use my glue eraser. Right, so that's that there. And then I'm just going to flip that over and we're going to stick this onto here. Sure you've got plenty where it folds and plenty around the edges. It's really strange for me not to be inking and not to be stitching, but I wanted to make a project that was really pretty that anybody could make. There we go. So now I'm just going to fold this over here, and hopefully it'll be something like straight. Ooh, might have to trim a little bit off. Not the paper. I'm definitely going to have to trim something off the paper, but the box seems to be not straight. But that's okay. So that's the front and that's the back. So I'm just going to take my bone folder, just make sure that's pressed down nicely. And on the front too. There we go. So now I can trim right round this and even trim that bit of bran flake box off that's a bit errant. Let's take the bulk of this off. And once again, this piece that we're taking off could come in for a page that's on the inside of the journalette. So where's my, here it is, the bit of bran flake box that's not, obviously not quite square. Still a little bit. It's only a whisker, half a whisker even. There we go. Right, so that's the outside covered, and by the time we get lace and stuff on there, it's going to look gorgeous. I think it looks gorgeous already. So let's open that up and see what we're going to cover the inside with. So what I've got available to me is that and that, but I'm going to go for the creamy one. I really like this creamy one. So I want to include that if I can, because it's beautiful. So, right, I want to cut it about there, I would say. So if I do that, I need to do it. I'm allowing a little bit of excess here because if I don't, I know I'll cut it too short. It's not like me to do that, but this is going round a bend. So I'm just being overly cautious, really. So trim those off. And there we go. And I want this to be 6 1/4 again. Just check it's long enough. Yeah, that's fine. 6 1/4. So let's cut that off at 6 1/4, and then we can do that. That's the length, isn't it? So I need it 6 1/4 here. So let's get the ruler the right way. 6 1/4 would be there. I want to get this flower in the middle, so that's what I'm messing around at. Take that top bit off. Then measure my 6 1/4, and I should have preserved rows if everything has worked out right. So let's stick that in. Ka-chunk. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? That's very nice. Okay, let's get the glue on. So I'm going to glue the card. Right up to the edges. I'm using my collal. You use whatever glue you have faith in, you know. I know some of you love Fabri-Tac. I don't get on with Fabri-Tac that well, to be honest. I find sometimes when it dries, it hasn't really made any contact, any lasting contact with things, and you can peel it off, which always worries me a bit. So I have got Fabri-Tac, and it is great for fabric, obviously, but it's not my glue of choice. Right, so let's get this stuck on here. Smooth it out as we go. That is so pretty, isn't it? I have used these wallpaper prints before. You know, I've made envelope folios, I think, with them actually the last time. But no, that's looking good. Looking good. And you do get this ridge here because you've glued it. So don't worry too much about that. It'll always be folded over, so you won't notice it. I've got heaven knows what stuck to my scissors, but they don't want to cut. Too sticky. So just trim that. Oh, not even trimming it straight. There we go. Lovely. So we've got a lovely outer there and a lovely inner. That's just beautiful. Let's just make sure we're stuck down nicely. Right up to that crease there. Lovely. Right, so the next thing we want to do is put some lace on here. Oh, I've got all sorts of lace and I don't really know which one to go for. This is more of a creamy one, I feel. The other one was white. This is more creamy. So I've got that. That would be nice. I have got a sort of winter white one, which is just beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I might have to go for that. It's just so nice. Yeah, I think that's it. This, I don't know what it's been originally, but it's sewn into a large, might have been a collar or something. Sewn together, the ends are sewn together, so I'm just going to cut them off. It is beautiful lace, beautiful. Which is the right and which is the wrong? I think that's the right side. So I'm just going to put that there so the tips are just on the edge of the page. Marvellous. Right, so back to the collar. And that's kind of where I want it, up there. You can always come back in afterwards and spot tack some of the pieces. But just a little bit of glue. We'll see how we're doing then. There we go. So I want that straight on the bottom and the edge just touching the edge of the little journalette. Journalette, I like that name. There we go. I'm just going to not trim it off absolutely exactly. I'm going to wait for it to dry for that, because sometimes you can distort it when you're cutting it. But there we are. That is beautiful. Beautiful lace. So that really pretty much is our cover done. So it's time to start on the inside pieces. Leave that to one side to dry completely. And it might take a little while. That's beautiful. Right, so back to this to see what we've done in here. So the first page is a piece of embossed paper. Now I'm using copy paper for this, but it's a really posh copy paper. Let's see if I think I've got that. Yeah, it's called Pro Design, and it's 120 GSM. I don't know what that is in pounds, but it's really nice weight, and it's very smooth and very bright white. It's not the cheapest by any means, and if you're interested in it in the UK, you can get it from Paper Mill direct. Right, so I've got this piece that's going there, and that just needs a little piece of lace down here. Let's see if I can find some. Oh dear. If you could see the mess in my drawers. Right, this is the same, and I think that'll be fine. I could use cream. What have I got in the cream department? Not sure. I've got that, which is way too wide. I've got a bag of stuff here. I don't know if there's any narrow cream in it. There's that bit there. I think this came free with a magazine or something, I think. Can't quite remember. It looks to me like one of the sort of things Mr. F would get from a charity shop. But really nice stuff. Right, so let's have a look then. Let's have a look-see. I could put that down there, and that is pretty, and it's in keeping with the cream. Or I could put that down there, which is just plain pretty. Yeah, I'm going for the just plain pretty. I might introduce some cream later on. Let's see how much we need. Trim that off, and we'll just glue that on. Well, I'm going to fold it in half first, actually. It just makes it a little bit easier. Just beware if you've embossed things, that when you fold them, unless you've been very careful and spritzed it first, they can split where you've embossed it. So, because the paper's just that little bit weaker there. So just a little bit of glue up here, up the side. There we go. And pop this on. So I just want it coming over the edge just a little bit. Just like that. I'm just going to leave that now to dry. Make sure it's not stuck to the back. Right, so that's that page. The next page is a white page with a tag in it. And these pages, there's 3 of them all together, and they measure, where's Timmy gone? I've got some wedding ribbon there. They measure 4 3/8. That doesn't matter, it's an arbitrary number. Let's say 4.5 by 6 1/4 all in. 4.5 by 6 1/4. So let's see, I've got some paper left here. 4.5 by 6 1/4. So I've got 3 sheets there, yeah, 3 sheets to the wind. 4.5 by 6 1/4. I've got these all together. This doesn't measure 6 1/4, but I'll just go a little bit over 6, and that's near enough. And I want to measure it at 4.5. There we go. So they are now remnants. Can go in the remnant box. So these need to be folded over in half. This this is just really a quite quick little make, to be honest. The worst thing about it is trying to find out all your lace and stuff. Because we all have stuff. It's just all hidden away, isn't it? Stored away. Right, so that's our 3 pages that go in there. That's just a bit bigger than that. Is that right? Yeah. And on the first page we've got some lace along there, and we put a tag into it. So I'm looking for some lace. Well, I've got that, but that's a bit on the large side, isn't it? It's gorgeous though. I love it. Okay, well, I've got cream lace. Yeah, I've got cream. I've got this one, this cream here. This is a nice one. Go away, pink. Yeah, that is a nice one, actually. I could use that as a pocket. Let's do that. Where's my scissors? This looks like it's been sewn up into something else. But that's okay. Keep that in your bit box. That's a good remnant to hold on to. So this must have a right and a wrong side. This, I think, is the right side. Okay. So let's have a look. Have I got room to drape the lace? Yes, I do. So let's cut that off, allowing just a little bit extra. And glue that onto the first one only. So I like it if you can get the peaks at the bottom quite level. Quite equal, I mean to say. So I need to glue it up to there and up to there. Right, but bearing in mind I'm making a pocket, so don't glue the whole thing on. But I do need to glue the bottom, otherwise whatever we put in the pocket will just go sailing on through. I've done that a time or two as well, I can tell you. I think that's enough glue. It may or may not be, time will tell. So I'm just going to get that bit there level with the bottom of the paper. So it's good if you can spot a bit in your lace that you can use to line it up. That's that. That's grand. Lovely, in fact. We'll leave that be, and hopefully that'll dry for us. And then we can trim it all off. So that's that, and that's the 3 bits, the other 2 bits that go there. So that's that. Now then, the next one according to our book. Yeah, I do need to make a tag for that, but that's not a big job. So this, now I haven't got any more of this pink, but I do have some cream, so I think I'll use the cream. And I'm using this pad of paper that I got from Aldi, I think it was. Was it Aldi you got this from, Mr. Ev?
Yes, or possibly Lidl.
All right, either Aldi or Lidl. It's 135 GSM, which it's a nice thickness for what we want. It's perfect. And there's all sorts of colours in here. It really wasn't expensive, and it'd be great for kids. There's that light cream, but that might be just a bit too light for us. White, greys, greens, but there's no green that sort of fits with what I'm doing. Turquoise, isn't that a lovely colour? That blue, turquoise, red, ooh, cerise, purple, lilac. Ah, there is a pink. Wonder if I should use that. No, it's the same, I think. Shall I use pink? Yeah, okay. Let's use pink. I don't want to tear this. Sometimes these ones that are gummed are a bit dodgy, aren't they, to get the paper out of. Right, so let's do what we did on the other one, because I like the way it all fits in. So that's 2.5 there, and this bit here is 3 3/4. So that's 3 3/4. Yeah, plus 4 3/4, 5 3/4. 6.5, I think that is, because when you 6.5, don't forget 6.5 by what? How high is it? 6.5 by about 5. Okay, so does that fit? No, it doesn't fit in. I tried it before. So let's trim that off at 5. And then we can cut it at 6.5. So trim that at 5. Lovely. And now do it at 6.5. Lovely. Right, so that's a quality bit of remnant there. And then I'm going to get the punch out. These are things that I own and hardly ever use, and it's such a shame because I love the way that they work. I really like them. So I'm going to try this one. This is a different one to the one I used before, but it's nice, isn't it? It's a pretty little edge, that. Right, so let's hope that this works. So far so good. Just want one on the end there, just about there. The idea is that you sort of overlap. Perfect. Yeah, it's got a little pattern here that you sort of line your bit that you've already cut out with. And it should all work out fine. Yeah, that's worked out beautifully. So let's do the other edge. Nearly forgot to line it up there, which would have been no good at all. Oh, that's come out a bit odd, but never mind. It's just the way of the world. Being a bit careless, I think, there. You do have to line it up. Yeah, that's fine. Line this one up. Yeah, that's lovely. That one in the middle's slightly on the wonk, but nothing that's going to make me want to cut it again. It's not that bad. Right, so we've finished with this for the time being. So that gets folded over at 2.5. So don't want to cut it, I want to crease it. At 2.5, which is there. Fold that over. Does that have a right and a wrong? Yeah, a little bit. So let's fold that over. There we go. That's something else ready to go in there. Now then, the next one is a piece of design paper. So let's have a look, see what we've got, see how much we need really. Where's the other side? There. So it's the same front and back, and it measures 3 1/8 actually. So 6 1/4. 6 1/4. Yeah, I've definitely got enough of that one. That's lovely. Oops. Things falling off. Yeah, okay, so I'll use this one, 6 1/4. It's very pretty pattern. Trim the margin off. And then I want 6 1/4, and as you know, the Timmy trimmer doesn't go up to 6 1/4, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to exactly be 6 1/4. So there we are, that's that. And I want the page to measure in height 6 inches. So we can do that. Is that right? That's the way it goes. That way. So how much does that measure? 6 1/4. Might have done this wrong. Let's take 1/4 inch off that. I think I've measured it on the wrong side. Right, so that's the height, and I want it to be 6 1/4 that way. So that's about there. Right. Okay, so far so good. Let's fold that in half. Then we'll go back and revisit what we've done so far. Tidy things up. So that's that. That's going to go inside, and we just want a little bit of lace down here of some description. Let's see what I can find. Some nice white, but there's that. That's pretty. Yeah, I'll leave that out. That's quite pretty. Oh yeah, I used this the last time. It's quite wide, as you can see, so I just cut off the top piece and used that. So I think I'll do that again. It sort of worked. So I'm just cutting into it. It won't fray, it'll be fine. It's quite heavily machined, this lace actually. It's really lovely. I'm just cutting round the lace motif so we've got enough to go up the side. You could add pearls to this, you could add all sorts of things. The reason I didn't add pearls is I want it to be a writing journal, so I don't want it to be too bumpy. I want you to be able to write on the pages. How much do I need? Just one more, I'd say. Yep, that's fine. Trim that off down there. Okay, let's get this stuck on here. That's the wrong way. That's the right way. Yeah, okay. Prettify this up. Just coming into there like so, and if I need some more glue I can easily run down it with glue. This would be the perfect one to add pearls to because it's got this quite thick border there, but I'm not going to relent. Right, so we'll leave that to dry as well. So let's just have a quick flick through what we've got, and then I'm going to leave some things to dry while I have my lunch. So we've got the, let's just check as we go through that we've got what we need. So the first thing is the embossed. Yep, let's just trim off the excess pink there. Okay, so I've got that. The next one is the lace pocket. Yep, got that. Is it just one piece? Yeah. So let's just tidy that, the edges of that up. And down here, taking care not to slice through the paper, because that would not be a good look. There we go. So that's that one, and it's working as a pocket. Yes, it is. So that's that. Then 2 plain pieces of writing paper. Yeah, 2 plain pieces inside there. Then we've got the pink with the scalloped edge. Yep. Then we've got the design page with lace down the edge. Yeah, that's great. So with that, I'll leave the one with the lace down the edge just to dry before I trim it off. Although it does feel quite dry now. Let's trim that off and then I can just leave it be while I have my lunch. There we are, just tidy that up a bit. There we go. So that's that. We are that far now, which is good. Progressing. That needs a bit more glue down there, look. Yep. Just a little bit more glue. Because when you've got things in layers like this, it's very easy for the pages before it to get stuck in the lace if it's not firmly attached. So there we are. Lovely. So just press that down. I'm going to leave that till after my lunch. So I'll see you then, guys. Right, I'm back. I'm fed and watered. We had lovely vegetable soup for dinner, which is gorgeous. Homemade. Chopped everything up ourselves. Right, the only thing I've done since I left you was, because we've got this to this stage, and in the centre here, stuck together, that's it. In the centre here goes 6 pieces of journaling paper, and it's 7 inches by something, 6 I think. Yeah, 6 by 7, and they just all get folded over in half, so they go in our little journalette. Once I've finished this one, making this one, showing you how to do this, I am going to start. I've made my November journal, which I'll give you a flip through of fairly soon, maybe even tomorrow actually. Excuse me. And then I'm going to work backwards. I'm going to October, and then I thought by the time I'd finished it would be Christmas proper, so we could do a Christmas one for December with all my months of the year journals. November's turned out to be so huge, honestly. If I make another 11 that size, you're going to have to clear out something on your shelf unit because it's going to be large. But no, I'm going to do October next, and it's actually going to be a Halloween journal, is what it's going to be, just to set it apart from the other months of the year. There we are. So there's our 6 pages that go next in there. But when we look at this, we've got, that's the design page, we've got 1, 2, and then another piece of pink. So let's cut that. Let's see what we need it to be. It's 2 3/4. Is it the same both ways? Can't find it. Where are you? Oh, it's the other side of the centre. Makes sense, doesn't it? 2 3/4. Yes, they're both 2 3/4, so that's 5 1/2. So I need to cut one that's 5 1/2 by 5 1/4. That is. So let's get the pink out. 5 1/2 by 5 1/4. I just thought I would make this in between the months of the year. I just saw it and I so wanted to make something just really pretty. That's 5 1/4, and then I need it 5 1/2 along there. You don't have to stick to these measurements, you know, they're fairly arbitrary really. And there's some nice pink remnants, and it's down these sides that I need to use the punch. So I'm off punching again. Let's bring that down to there. Marvellous. Oh dear, it's hard to see. That's it. Perfect. I'll just trim off that little bit there because we don't need that. We'll do the same on the other side. Lovely. Oh, missed one in the middle. Right, there we go. That's that. I'll get rid of those little crumbs. Fold that in half. Half or thereabouts. Doesn't have to be exact. That's it. So that goes in after 2 pages, is it? There's a design page. 1, 2, yeah. 2, and this goes in. So 1, 2. That slides in there. Like that. Then what else do we have? Nothing. Then the centre page. Okay. So that's going to go in there. Oh, it's looking nice. It's looking very nice. So I want a piece of design paper. I've got that piece. What have I got left? Let's have a look. Not a whole lot, to be honest. I've got that. That might be, yeah, that'll be fine like that. That'll use that as well. That's great. So let's use that. And then that's kind of the end of all the design paper that I've printed, really. I didn't print that much. Okay. So just need some lace down each side. Right. Which lace? On this one I used that, you know, the stuff we used before with the pink, which I really do like actually. There's my pink. Where's that lace? Here it is. So I'm just going to carry on cutting this out, which I'm sure you don't need to see me do. So I'll just pause you while I do that. Right, I've chopped that out now. I'll just stick that on. I know I keep saying this, but it does feel weird not inking things. But it does make a very nice, clean look to it all. Just going to line it up with a part of my lace so I'll get it straight all the way down. That's lovely. Trim that off there. Trim it off properly once it's dried. But then it's not That's it. Come on, glue. What's wrong with you? So I hope you have a go at this, because it's just easy. If you can journal, you can do this. And then, you know, I know pretty much all of you journal, but I think this is quite a good. If you've got lace, then this is a good thing for beginners, because it's not difficult. Let's trim that off, and then we'll just put our lovely little thin pink lace along this edge here. Don't know why my glue's being obnoxious today. No idea. It's just in one of those moods, I think. Right. There we go. Press that down firmly onto there. Snip off the excess. Lovely. Same on the other side. It's so pretty. There we go. So that's our centre done. So I think we're probably not far away. We need to do the little tag to go in the pocket. So I'll just leave that just while we do that, just to dry off. Put it somewhere, somewhere safe, like that. Right, yeah, the little tag. So we want a piece, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Well, that's a good question. Ah, it's here. There we go. So it goes in that pocket. So it measures I think we need it 2.5. 2.5 by, oh come on. Right. 2.5 by, I'm going to do it at 5 because I'm going to trim the top off. So 2.5 by 5, and I want a piece of design paper. So what have I got? Pretty much, not much, is what I've got. Yeah, so this is it. 2.5 by 5. I'm going to use this bit here because it's the prettiest bit. Two and a half. By 5. Other way, that way. There we go. And I'm not backing it with anything because, as I say, this paper is amply good enough to write on. It really is. Says she. Did I back the other one with anything? I don't think I did. No. Did I? No. Oh, I don't know. It feels like I did. I'll tell you what else I'm going to do. I'm just going to round the corners because when you're pushing square corners into lace, it just wants to get stuck. So I'm just going to round these corners just with the 1/4 inch one. And then it'll be much easier to get in. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to back it then, definitely. I've got some paper here anyway, so it's not a big deal. Let's stick that down onto there. So I've thoroughly enjoyed making my November journal, but it's turned out a bit of a beast. if I'm honest. So long since I made a journal. So I made what I thought was one signature, and then I realised it was way too big for one signature. So I split it across two and put some extra bits in. Well, quite a lot of extra bits, actually. I'm going to have to start with the Halloween one right from the beginning, and make you know, all the backgrounds and the collages and, you know, everything that I need. I haven't even downloaded a paper kit for it yet. You know, a printable from Etsy. The likes has never been known. I need to get on there this afternoon and get some buying done. Oh dear. I don't need any persuading to buy kits off Etsy, I can tell you that. Right, so which way's up? That way's up, I would say. And I'll just see if I can find my... Aha. I've got this tag punch. It's a Vasson one, and it punches the tops on tags. 1.5, 2 inches and 2.5. So this is 2.5. It's probably not dry yet, so I'm hoping I'm not going to jigger it up, but it stops. And punch down, and look at that. It's so nice. But you just have to be aware that it does take off that little bit off the length, so you know, if you're making exact things, just be aware of that. Okay, I'll trim the corners off as well. Put some ribbon through it. There we go. And I'm just going to use the same... yeah, I'm going to use the same... There it is. Ribbon that I used for the other one as well. This, if you're in the UK, I get from Bertie's Bows. Bertie's Bows. I bought 10 metres of it, and I'll tell you, it's just so handy. I love the look and the feel of this faux silk. It's gorgeous. Looks really nice in a journal, I think. So that's that. I haven't left myself a whole lot of spare here, but there's enough. There we go. Pull them up like that. That's great. Right, so that's going in there. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Now then, this is the cover. It needs a bit of smartening up because we left it to dry, if you remember. I don't know if it's those scissors or this lace, actually. Oh, those scissors. Not surprised they need a darn good wash in some hot water, I think. They're quite gluey. Right, there we are. So that's nice, but it does look a little plain. I'm just wondering whether or not to add a piece of that down there. Yeah, I mean, as soon as you see it, you know the answer. Yes. What are you dithering for? Now the glue's decided to come out like 100 miles an hour. We're never happy with our glues, are we? Always complaining about the glue. There we go. Yeah, that's really nice now. It's just really pretty. And if you've got a word that says journal or journalette even, I bet you haven't got a word that says journalette. I don't know if that's going to stick on there, if it needs more glue or what its problem is. I don't know. Let's just cut that off there. I think it's going to be all right. Yeah, but nice little word. I have got some of that pink lace that I showed you before this, and I think I'll just cut out one of these motifs and just pop that on there. I think that would look nice. So, because I haven't got a word to hand, suitable word to hand. I'll just trim this out. I believe if you're in the States, in America, then Lisa Fisher has a shop called, somebody comment below what it's called, please. Is it Lisa's Lace and Bling or something like that? And she does lots of gorgeous things like this. Yeah, that's the right side. I think that just looks nice there, actually. Just, you know, lifts it, finishes it off. So let's stick that down on there. Kyung often has lace as well on her shop. It's always worth having a little look and a spy out and see what she's got. She has some lovely things. So let's just pop that there like that. Right, I'm just going to get my towel because my hands are sticking to it, and just press that down. Ah, Mr. F's just found it. It's called Lisa Fisher's Paper Lace and Bling. Can I borrow your iPad just a sec? Thank you. There we go. That's it. Passion to inspire. She did send me a bundle of goodies at one stage, which I was very grateful for. But if you're in the States, go to there, have a look, see what she's got. You never know, she might have something just to amuse you. There we go. Right, I think that needs a wee bit more glue there. Just hold it down. I'm just going to put a clip on that. I don't mind this being free to roam, but I don't really want that pink coming off. There we go. Okay, so let's trim that pink there. And here, there we go. So that's looking really pretty now, isn't it? And I think we've got all of this apart from the centre spread done. I'm just going to check through it bit by bit just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure we're there. Right, so yeah. Let's put them side by side. Yes. 3 pages, yes. Pink, yes. Design with lace, yes. 2 pages, then pink, yep. 3 more pages, I think it is, then the centre, which is here, with drying off. So we must be all right on the back if we're all right on the front, because it's the same, isn't it? Right, so let's put some eyelets in here. Now this is 6 1/4, so half of that is 3 1/8. So let's just make a mark where I want that, which is there, right under that lace, which I maybe can just shift to the side. And here 3 1/8, which is there. Right, let's put the eyelets in. My goodness, it's like some sort of explosion in a factory down here. Explosion in a lace factory. I've got these, I think I got these from Craftelier, these little coloured eyelets. Just have to be careful when you open them, because if you're rough they just all fly out and go everywhere. So I'll lay out a couple of those. I'm just waiting for things to dry, really, is what I'm doing. and then I'll sew the signature in. Pop that in there. And this one, yeah, I might just have to move that lace aside just a little bit, because I don't really want to go through it. Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. Whoops. There we go. Come on, stay out of the way. There we are. Yeah, that's all right. I'll be able to get the ribbon in there. Okay, so that's that done. So now it is the matter of the centre, which, are you dry? Yeah, dryish actually. Tidy it up. Fold it up, and then it's just a matter of, I think that way, of sewing the signature in actually. I'm being guided by where the lace is, so I'm hoping that's okay. Right, okay, there we are, there's our signature. It's going to go into there. So I need to make some holes. I need to clip it. Let's get some clips. I've got everything all over the place. I'm going to use my longer clips because there's some pages that aren't the full length. So I've got these ones that are a bit longer than the ordinary ones that you get. These are the ordinary ones. So you see they're a good lot longer and jolly useful, I can tell you. Right, so what goes where? That goes in the centre pretty much, and that goes, yeah, about all right there with that one. The pink one goes up, yes, we're up, and that all goes like that. Where's the pink one? Yes, that's all right, and then that goes in the centre. So square them all up between your thumbs like that. Press them right back in the centre as well, like that, and then clip them. Clip them in place. I'm using 3 clips. You can use 4, you can use 2, 1 on each side. I'm using 3 because that's what I got out of the thing. No reason apart from that. So here's my cotton perlé that I always use to put my signatures in with. It's coming to an end, so I'm going to have to find some more. Well, buy some more to the point. And this is the needle that I use. It's not an ideal needle, it just so happens it's the needle I've got. It's a bit long and it's alright, does the job. Right, so let's make some holes then. Where's my pokey tool? Pokey tool? Where are you? Where is it? It's ridiculous. Ah, was where it should be all along. Right, so just eye the middle. You can measure it if you want to. I think that's about there. Fold it back over on itself and push through. And if you do that, you will come out in the, you know, on the peak of the spine. And here I'm coming up about an inch, an inch and a quarter, that sort of measurement, and down the same sort of distance, an inch and a quarter, that sort of thing. Fold it over, press through like that, and you will come out right on the edge. I'm sure you all know how to do this. You just take your needle, pass it through. When you get to there like that, just clip your loose end onto one of your clips. Save you pulling it through, because that's just a dash nuisance when that happens. In either the top or the bottom, up to the other, be it the top or the bottom, like so. This is called a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and then back in there. Like so. Marvellous. And that's that. And you want one end on this side of your long stitch in the middle, one end on that. Take your needle out, you're done with that, and put it where you know where it is. Don't leave it on your desk or you never see it again. Or is that just me? And then just pull these. Not too tight, you don't want to tear your holes. Could do with just being a little bit tighter. Okay. Whoops. And tie that off in a knot. There we are. Which is the top and which is the bottom? This is the top. So just pull your ends down till they're just beyond the bottom, is what I normally do. And then if somebody buys it and they want to put beads on it or charms or whatever, they can do. Go ahead and do that. I've just realised that I've put my centre that way on, and in the other one I had it so as it was there. It doesn't really make any difference, to be honest. Okay. Go back in your pocket. Once I've got the signature in like this, the pocket will naturally get smaller, so it will hold it in place better. There we go. Right. So let's just go through it now and open the pages as we go, just so you can, it's nice and ready to be used. I'd always recommend doing this. You don't need to do every page, you know, if you've got a massive journal or whatever, but it does help, really does help. Makes it much more user friendly. So I hope you have a go at this. It's good fun because it comes together so quickly. There we go. Right, that's that, and it's nice and ready to use. Oh no, we need the ribbons. So I need a bit of this. Let's see how long I want it. I'll gauge it off the last one. About that much, however much that is, I don't know. And another one, because we need 2. There we go. Right, so all I do is I just fold the ribbon in half and poke it through from the front to the back. With whatever pokey tool you use. And then just as you would at the top of a tag, really, Just loop it through, pull each end so it's nice and tight. Same on the other side. So I hope you like these. Hope you have a go. There we go. So that's our little journalette. I'm just going to tie it up so you can see what it looks like. Tie that quite tight there. Oh dear, the world's worst at bows. And just split your two ribbons out so it looks a bit fuller, looks nice, like that, and these two like that. There you go. So that's that little journalette there. It's the one with the pink motif on the front, and this one, tie it quite tightly together. Like that, split your ribbons. Come on, you know you want to. There we go. Right, so there we have it. Two beautiful, I think beautiful anyway, little journalettes. Really pretty, really fun to make, not difficult, very quick, and you can have all sorts of fun. So thank you for watching. If you do make these, or you don't, but you just want to join us on Facebook, we have a group. It's called Miss Paint-A-Lot's Junk Journal Group. You'd always be welcome there. Very kind and really, it's just populated with wonderful people actually. So I might see you there. If not, I might see you back on YouTube at some time. If you want to subscribe, that would be great. Bye for now.